Before I start, I want you to do something. Ask yourself, in the last few months, have you noticed your legs feeling heavy and hard to lift, especially by late afternoon? What about cold feet that no amount of socks seems to fix, or a deep aching in your calves that wakes you up at night? If you said yes to even one of those, stay with me. Because those are not three separate problems. They are the same underlying process. And most doctors treat each one individually and completely miss what is driving all three. By the end of this video, you will know exactly which 6 vitamins are clinically shown to restore leg strength and improve circulation in adults over 60, and you will have a clear action plan you can start tonight. Type your age in the comments right now, just the number. I read every single one, and if you find this helpful, subscribe. New evidence-based video every single day. At 67, Vivian had been told by 2 different doctors that the heaviness and cramping in her legs was just aging. She was given compression stockings and sent home, but the stockings did not stop the aching. They did not stop her from gripping the stair rail every morning like it was a lifeline. What her doctors had not checked, not once, was her vitamin D level. When a third doctor finally ran the test, her result came back at 14 nanograms per milliliter. The clinical threshold for sufficiency is 30. She was barely halfway there. Within 16 weeks of targeted supplementation, her grip on that stair rail was gone. She walked up and down freely. She is not alone. And what helped her is exactly what we are covering today. Drop a comment. Where in the world are you watching from? I read every single one. Researchers at the University of Edinburgh published findings in 2019 showing that adults over 60 are up to 65% more likely to be deficient in the 6 specific micronutrients we are about to cover, and that these deficiencies compound each other in ways that standard annual blood work almost never catches. Number 1 is vitamin D. This is the foundation. A 2021 study in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology following 4,000 adults over the age of 60 found that those with vitamin D levels below 20 nanograms per milliliter had 39% less lower body muscle strength than those who were sufficient. The mechanism is direct. Vitamin D binds to receptors inside muscle fibers themselves, triggering the protein synthesis that keeps those fibers thick and functional. When levels drop, the fibers thin. Think of it like a building losing its steel reinforcement rod by rod. The walls look fine from outside until suddenly they do not. The target is 2,000 to 4,000 IU daily with your largest meal, which contains fat, because vitamin D is fat-soluble and absorption drops dramatically without it. Watch for this sign within 6 to 8 weeks. Climbing stairs becomes noticeably less effortful. Number 2 is magnesium, but here's what nobody tells you about that. Most people who take magnesium are taking the wrong form. Magnesium oxide, the most common form in pharmacies, has an absorption rate of around 4%. Magnesium glycinate absorbs at 80% or higher. A 2020 trial from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that 52% of adults over 60 are clinically deficient in magnesium, and that this deficiency directly impairs the electrical signals that tell blood vessels in the legs to dilate. Constricted vessels mean poor circulation, heavy legs, cold feet at night. The dose is 300 to 400 milligrams of magnesium glycinate taken at bedtime. The glycinate form also supports sleep, so this one does double duty. Stay with me, because in about 60 seconds, I am going to show you something about vitamin B12 that changes almost everything we just covered about nerve-driven leg weakness. Number 3 is vitamin K2. This one is almost never discussed in standard medical visits, and the science behind it is genuinely remarkable. K2 activates a protein called matrix GLA protein, which clears calcium deposits from arterial walls. When arteries in the legs calcify, blood flow drops, legs feel permanently heavy, and no amount of exercise helps because the issue is vascular, not muscular. A 2019 study in thrombosis and hemostasis followed 244 adults over 60 for 3 years. Those supplementing with 180 micrograms of MK7, the most bioavailable form of K2, showed a 52% reduction in arterial stiffness scores. The exact dose is 180 to 200 micrograms of MK7 daily, taken with dinner. But here is the critical detail. Vitamins D and K2 must be taken together. D drives calcium absorption. K2 directs where that calcium goes, into bones, not arteries. Taking D without K2 is like hiring a contractor who delivers all the building materials to the wrong address. A 2017 paper in the Journal of Bone and Mineral Research confirmed that co-supplementation of D and K2 produced 25% greater improvements in vascular elasticity than D alone. Take them at the same meal every time. Number 4 is vitamin B12. If your doctor has told you that your leg weakness and tingling are just aging, this next story is for you. Cecil was 72 when the electric shock sensation in his feet became bad enough that he stopped walking his dog in the evenings. His GP checked his B12 and told him the result was normal, 220 picograms per milliliter. What his doctor did not mention is that the functional threshold for neurological protection is closer to 400. A 2022 paper in neurology found that adults over 60 with B12 between 200 and 300, technically in the so-called normal range, had measurably slower nerve conduction in the lower limbs than those above. 400. Cecil switched to methylcobalamin, the neurologically active form, at 1,000 micrograms sublingually each morning. In 12 weeks, the electric shocks had reduced by more than half. B12 is the vitamin your nerves use to maintain their myelin sheath, the insulating layer that keeps electrical signals moving cleanly down to your feet. Without adequate B12, the signal degrades. Legs feel weak, feet feel numb or electric. Everything feels like aging when the real cause is one number on a lab report. Hit like if this is making sense of something you have wondered about, and comment circulation if any of this sounds familiar. Number 5 is vitamin C, not for immunity, for your leg veins directly. Vitamin C is the primary cofactor in collagen synthesis, and the walls of your veins are made of collagen. When C drops, vein walls weaken and lose elasticity. Blood pools in the lower legs. Swelling appears by afternoon. A 2020 study in JAMA Network Open found that adults over 60 with plasma vitamin C below 28 micromoles per liter had a 41% higher rate of venous insufficiency than those who were adequate. The dose is 500 milligrams twice daily, morning and evening, with food. Number 6 is vitamin B3, specifically the form called niacinamide. A 2023 trial from the Cleveland Clinic, studying 218 adults between the ages of 60 and 79, found that 500 milligrams of niacinamide daily raised NAD+ levels, the cellular energy currency that powers muscle contraction and vascular repair, by 38% over 16 weeks. Participants reported a measurable reduction in the feeling of legs like lead and significantly improved walking endurance. Niacinamide does not cause the flush reaction that standard niacin does. 500 milligrams taken with breakfast is all it takes. Here is your action plan starting tonight. First, take vitamin D at 2000 IU and K2 at 180 micrograms mK7 together with dinner. That stacking combination from the 2017 study is your circulation foundation. Second, add magnesium glycinate at 300 milligrams before bed. Your legs will feel less restless within 2 weeks. Third, begin B12 as methylcobalamin at 1,000 micrograms sublingual every morning before coffee. Fourth, add vitamin C at 500 milligrams morning and evening. Fifth, introduce niacinamide at 500 milligrams with breakfast. Watch for 3 signs over the next 6 to 8 weeks: lighter legs in the afternoon, warmer feet at night, and less effort on stairs. Those 3 signals tell you the protocol is working. Before you go, drop a comment and tell me, which of these symptoms have you been quietly living with that nobody has connected to vitamins yet? I want to know. Every comment is read. If you know someone over 60 who has been told their heavy legs or poor circulation are just part of getting older, share this with them right now. Your share could give them back the ability to walk freely and without holding on. And if this video helped you, YouTube is showing you another one of my videos right now that goes even deeper on the foods and habits that are silently destroying leg circulation after 60. Click it. I think it will change how you approach your meals starting tomorrow. It is right there on your screen. Subscribe for evidence-based health information your doctor does not have time to give you. New video every single day. This video is for educational purposes only. It is not medical advice. Always consult your healthcare provider before making any changes to your diet or supplement routine.